To invite Adam Crowley and Erica Bly to come forward, invite you to share a little bit about your connection with Acts for Youth. And because one of the things that's important to us is that we, as a congregation, engage the world around us. That we talk about gathering together, being a hospitable place. We talk about connecting deeper with God and each other. And we talk about serving the world around us. And you are two people who have made that decision, and you don't look that unusual to have done that. And yet it's not your full-time job. It's something you've decided to do. So why don't you talk a little bit about that? Tell us a bit about how you're investing.
Absolutely. So my wife Megan and I have been members here at Central now for over 20 years. We have two kids, Caitlin and Mackenzie, who are both in high school, and I got connected with Acts for Youth about 5 years ago. I was looking for a way to somehow connect with the youth in the area and trying to figure a way to contribute, and heard about Acts for Youth, learned about what they were doing, and just fell in love with what they were doing each and every day. So at that point, I joined their board. I'm a CPA by trade, so I became their treasurer and have loved it ever since.
Good morning, I'm Erica. I've been attending Central for 19 years with my husband. We have two kids, their ages 7 and 8. I've been volunteering with Acts for Youth for about the last 3 years, working with them. Oh, I should say what I do. I'm a school counselor and also a licensed counselor, so I've worked with youth in and out of schools for the last 12 years. But I've been working with Acts for Youth to help them with some of their lesson development, guiding them when working with a student who's facing really difficult circumstances, and doing some training with their staff on working with students who are affected by trauma.
Well, since you have the microphone, what drew you to Acts for Youth, and how have you seen students change?
Yeah, I was invited by a friend a couple years ago to attend one of their banquets, and at that time they were developing their foundations program and heading into the schools to provide some social, emotional learning, classroom guidance lessons, and so that's kind of my passion, is teaching our youth to have these skills and make wise choices. So I contacted Kevin Good to get involved in any way that I can. I've been fortunate to be able to visit their classrooms, and they're phenomenal. It's just so evident how the staff loves the kids and are engaged, and the children really feel that. And so even if there's not much in the classrooms, it's a safe, welcoming environment where the students can really let their guard down and absorb the lessons that they're learning and then come back and put them into practice. So it's just really a fantastic organization.
Great. Adam, what's new coming up, or what's interesting in the year ahead that you see?
Yeah, so a lot of new things happening in the upcoming year. One is an expansion of what Erica was talking about as far as the Foundations program. We're going to expand that to include kindergarten, first, and second grade. So every student at Walter P. Elementary and Middle School has access to that program for that social, emotional development, conflict resolution curriculum that we are able to deliver in a public school. So the expansion of that is fantastic this year. The other thing that we're doing is a high school transitions program. So for 9th and 10th graders that have gone through the program, have left 8th grade, now to stay with those students for their early part of high school, so that we can continue with them on their spiritual journey, but also some practical aspects, whether it's academics or discussions about post-high school, just to be able to walk with them further after middle school. And then lastly, also starting a tutoring program at the school. So again, just trying to walk side by side with these students and help them in any way that we can.
Well, why don't you tell us, Adam, a little bit about how we can be involved?
The most straightforward and easy way, pizza. The kids love pizza. They love coming here. They love that spiritual development course time that we have with them, and a practical way. Everybody can take out their phone. The number is up there. It's in your bulletin. Mackenzie, this is the only time in church you can text, so you can go right ahead.
Megan, you'll allow that, huh?
So just to be able to make that contribution, what we're trying to do is raise $1,500, and that would provide the food for the upcoming month for that program. And it's a relatively simple, straightforward way that we can contribute in a very tangible, meaningful way to provide that hospitality as those kids come, learn about Jesus, sometimes for the very first time, sometimes deepening their faith and relationship with Jesus. So this very practical way can make a big impact. If you don't want to text, you can certainly write a check, just put pizza in the memo, drop it off at Connection Central or the Acts for Youth booth that we have out in the concourse.
Anybody here know what checks are? I mean, I do. Yeah, I think this is something that's achievable today. $1,500 today, I think we can do it to support something that we know is so good. But there's got to be other ways too. Erica, why don't you tell us some more?
Yeah, so whether you have a little bit of time or a lot of time, I would suggest just reach out. You can go on their website and reach out that way. Also, we're really fortunate here at Central that Acts for Youth has offered to come in and partner with us, but lead us in learning about how to work with youth and the things that they have learned and know. That's on September 27th during the time that Whirlwind meets. So please come. It's for parents, grandparents, neighbors, friends, anybody who touches the life of our children, which is everybody. So please come and join in with them and see what they have to learn so together we can make a real difference in Baltimore.
Well, since we've been talking about pizza so much, we've got to end with asking you what your favorite pizza topping is.
I prefer Hawaiian pizza.
Barbecue chicken.
Thank you.
Let's pray.